if you have ever come back from vacation bloated, guilty, and feeling like you just threw a week's worth of progress out the door, this is for you. Because here's the truth. You can go on vacation, enjoy cocktails by the pool, get sushi, skip a few workouts, and still make amazing progress. The key isn't more restriction, it's better planning. I'm going to break down the exact vacation strategy that I use with my own clients to help them stay on track without obsessing over food or feeling like they have to make it up later. Whether you're in a fat loss phase or trying to maintain your momentum, this is going to give you total food freedom without the guilt, extremes, or falling off track. So let's dive in, and I'll show you how to make vacation feel like a break and not a setback. This is the exact process that I help my clients so they can take trips, enjoy themselves, and still feel proud of the progress even when they come back. We're breaking it down into 3 key phases, okay? First is going to be before our trip, creating room for flexibility and really setting the tone. Next is going to be during our trip. And so simple habits to stay on track without tracking every single bite. Lastly is we're going to talk about the after plan, how to reset, how to really get back into momentum without guilt or going to extremes. By the end, you'll have a clear stress-free plan that you can actually follow without guilt, obsession, or restriction. So let's look at this here, creating room for vacation freedom. One of the biggest mindset shifts that I teach my clients is this. You don't have to earn your vacation or fix it afterwards. You can create room intentionally before and after so you actually enjoy your trip without guilt. And here is the simple framework. First and foremost, we are going to take the number of days that we will be traveling. We're going to split that in half, and we're going to reduce our calories by 25% on the days leading up to the vacation, and then the day upon returning, we're going to reduce 15%. We aren't going to touch protein. We keep that amount the same to maintain muscle, control hunger, and really support recovery. All of the adjustments are going to come from carbs and fats, which our body can handle shifting around. So this is where a lot of people go wrong. They either starve themselves beforehand or they try to punish themselves afterwards. But those are panic-driven moves, and they almost always backfire. What we're doing instead is making small intentional changes in advance. No restriction, no rebound, no guilt. So here's a real life example that I want to give to you. So say someone is eating 1,600 calories a day with 125 grams of protein. If they're going on an 8-day trip, we take 4 days before and 4 days after to create balance. Reduce to 1,200 calories for a few days before, 4 days to be exact, then 1,360 for the 4 days after. But protein is staying locked in and consistent at that 125 grams the whole time. The result, room for flexibility without derailing their fat loss or maintenance phase. So what we're doing here is we're creating a gap for ourselves. 400 times by 4, that's 1,600 calories on the front end. And then on the back end, we are taking 240 times 4, almost 1,000. So we're giving ourselves a 3,000 nearly balance while we're on vacation so we can enjoy it. Really want to give you a nice visual that you can set your eyes to and it can make sense. So let's say our vacation, for example, starts here on the 10th. That's our pivot point. Everything before and after this is where we create room to enjoy our trip without throwing off our progress. First, we're going to stay at our normal calorie intake phase leading into the trip, right? 1,600 calories, 125 grams of protein, no restriction, just stability and consistency. This is when our vacation is going to be focused on mindful enjoyment, not tracking, not stressing, just being present and intentional, having a good time. The reason this works is because we already made space for it, no guilt needed. Now, here's the most important part, guys. This is the 4 days before your trip. We reduce calories by 25% to 1,200, keeping the protein the same. This creates space. It creates that gap so you're not scrambling to burn it off after. Protein stays the same. This keeps the cravings and the energy stable. We have our vacation, awesome. Now, the 4 days after vacation, this is when you come back, we ease back into structure. Just a slight 15% drop to 1,360 for a few days. Again, protein stays steady. This gentle return is going to help balance things out without swinging into restriction mode. And just like that, you're right back to normal. No starting over, no detox, no lost momentum. This is how you stay consistent long-term without missing out on life. You could zoom out and you can look at your week and not just your day, you realize it's not about being perfect, it's about being strategic. It's about being intentional. Most people think that staying on track starts when they land at their destination. But the truth is, your success starts before you ever pack your suitcase. What you do in the days leading up to your trip will either set you up for success and momentum or a mess. Here's when things usually go sideways. People go into screw it mode early and they mentally check out before the trip even begins, or they swing the opposite way, undereat, over restrict, try to earn their vacation via a crash diet, or they just don't plan at all. And what happens? They show up to vacation low energy, out of rhythm, and way more likely to overeat, overdrink, or just feel out of alignment. Instead, what I have my clients really focus on is setting the tone right away before they leave. Dialing in protein to help with hunger, muscle, cravings, staying hydrated and keeping electrolytes up, especially if alcohol is going to be involved, keeping movement consistent, even if it's just small workouts, and most importantly, getting good sleep. Because fatigue drives cravings and mood. Just a few solid days of these basics can make your whole trip feel smoother, more enjoyable. No extremes, no rebound, just confidence and control. Pre-vacation strategy, okay? Let's talk about how to make your vacation feel smooth before you even leave. A lot of people overthink this. You don't need a strict plan or a crash diet. You just need to focus on 4 core habits that give you energy, control, cravings, and stabilize your body. And I call this the core 4. If you dial these in, your body will feel good. Your hunger won't be all over the place. And you'll naturally make better choices on your trip without trying so hard. Here are the core 4. Protein, electrolytes, fiber, and water. Simple, but so powerful when you commit to them for even 3 to 5 days pre-vacation. These are the non-negotiables that I have every single client focus on, especially the week of a trip. Game changers for energy, digestion, and staying grounded. Protein helps control cravings, preserves lean muscle mass. I want you to really prioritize lean protein at each meal. Next is electrolytes, especially sodium, magnesium, and potassium. This is gonna help with your hydration. Fiber is gonna keep your digestion regular, which reduces bloating, help you feel satiated and feel full. And water, obviously essential, but often the first thing people forget to prioritize. These 4 things are going to make vacation feel better, not harder. You don't need to be perfect before a trip. You just need to set your body up for success. All right, so let's talk about protein. Now, protein is hands down the hardest macronutrient to hit while traveling. Most vacation food is super carb and fat heavy. Think pastries, chips, cocktails. But protein, rare and expensive, hard to get a hold of. That's why I really recommend to my clients to get about 35 to 50% of your daily protein from foods that you bring with you. So for someone with a 125 gram daily goal, that's about 40 to 60 grams. You want pre-packed and ready. This is going to make a huge difference because even just hitting half your target through travel-friendly options keeps your cravings down, your energy stable, and your body feeling good. What I personally bring to make that easy and realistic. These are the staples that I never travel without. I mean, never. They're easy to pack, high in protein, super clutch between meals when you're stuck in an airport or just need a quick option. First and foremost, protein bars. These are my go-to for convenience, okay? I bring 2 to 3 per day depending on the trip. Most have around 20 grams of protein and don't need refrigeration. Beef sticks. Great for salty cravings and easy to stash in a bag. Even 1 stick can give you 10 grams of protein like this Chomps right here. Next is protein powder, okay? This is the heavy hitter. 1 scoop is 25 to 30 grams generally. I'll take pre-bagged serving and mix it with water, milk, or even iced coffee. If you get a black iced coffee and mix a flavored protein, pre-made protein drink in there, fantastic. If you want to wait until you're on vacation to hope there's enough protein, you will struggle. If you cover your bases and you bring those with you, you stay in control and you actually enjoy your trip more because your body feels better and it feels normal and it feels like it's at home. Hydration is one of the first things that falls apart on vacation. Also, one of the biggest reasons people feel bloated, sluggish, hungover after a day of fun. So let's not wait to play catch up. Let's plan ahead. Here's what I personally bring to stay hydrated and keep my electrolytes up. A reusable water jug is absolutely mandatory. Bring your own bottle. This will dramatically increase the chances that you actually drink enough throughout the day. My rule of thumb, Aim for 3 liters or about 100 ounces a day, especially if you're in the sun or if you're doing physical activity, drinking alcohol, etc. Second is you need to get an electrolyte mix. These help with hydration, muscle function. I personally really like Liquid IV. You can grab it at Costco, Target, wherever you shop at. Just mix it with your water and you're good to go. Bottom line, hydration doesn't just make you feel better, it keeps your digestion, energy, and even your cravings in check. Do not sleep on your hydration. So let's talk about the real reason that so many people feel like they ruin their progress on vacation. It's not the food or the trip. It's the mindset that they take with them in their suitcase. There are two main mindset traps I see over and over and over again, and I've fallen into both of them quite deep, mind you, myself. If you've ever said, I'll just get back on track when I get home, or felt like you had to earn your indulgences, this is for you. First up, we have the obsess and stress trap. This happens when you feel like every bite matters. Afraid of losing progress if you aren't tracking or being perfect. And here's why this backfires. It turns vacation into a stress fest. You feel guilty when you try to enjoy yourself. The real kicker is that it leads to a rebound binge most of the time because you were so restricted. The root of this is a lack of self-trust and a belief that flexibility equals failure. But that's not true. Next, let's talk about the screw it mentality. This is when you throw your hands up, you say, whatever, I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I want here. I'll start back when I get home. And it usually comes from an all or nothing mindset, an all or nothing rooted thinking pattern. If you can't be perfect, then why do it at all? Let's go all in on the chaos instead. And sure, it might feel fun in the moment, but you end up feeling bloated, you end up feeling sluggish, you end up feeling tired, discouraged when the trip ends. This makes it way harder to get back into momentum and keeps you stuck in that repeat cycle of starting over. Here is the shift. I want you, instead of trying to be perfect or giving up completely, find your middle ground. For the obsess and stress, let's focus on anchors. 1 or 2 simple habits that help you feel good. Maybe it's hitting your protein, getting a walk in the morning, or staying hydrated. Some structure over no structure. My screw it mode, I want you to reframe the indulgences. Ask yourself, what do I actually want to enjoy? Use something like the 1 plate, 1 treat rule to enjoy without spiraling. Mindset is everything. When you bring a balanced approach to vacation, not just physically, mentally, you build real sustainability. Strategies to stay on track without the stress. Starting the day with an aligned action is so important. How you start your day sets the tone for how you feel, what choices you make, and your overall energy. So imagine if your first action when you woke up was chugging a Four Loko, right? Every action after that is going to be influenced by your first action and how it was not aligned, right? What are the chances if you had a yoga class with whoever that you're visiting at 10 o'clock in the morning scheduled, but the first thing you did when you woke up was chug the Four Loko, you're for sure telling them, no, let's not do that. Think about that. If your first decision aligns with your goals, on the other hand, whether it's drinking water, having a protein-packed breakfast, front-loading protein, getting movement in, you're going to naturally make better choices throughout the day. It's not about perfection, it's about momentum. A solid morning decision keeps you in alignment while still allowing for flexibility. Next one here is we have to shift our mindset. We have to shift progress over perfection. The goal of vacation is not to diet, but it's also not to throw everything away. It's really about finding a balance where you feel good. Your goal is to not lose weight or build muscle on vacation. It's simply to maintain, feel good, and don't go backwards. That's really what it's about. Not going backwards is still making progress. Vacation is a part of your journey. It's not a break from it. How would your vacation feel different if you focused on maintaining instead of worrying about losing progress? Think about that. If you go in with the mindset of I'm maintaining, I don't have the expectation, if you're in a weight loss phase, to lose fat, that will change your approach. So next one here is let's anchor our days in non-negotiables. No matter where you are, these 4 things will keep you feeling good. Hydration, sleep, steps, and protein. You don't need to track every bite. You don't need to hit the gym hard. Just prioritize these basics and you'll stay on track without overthinking. Think of them as travel-friendly habits. Simple, doable, and effective. Let's eat mindfully without overthinking. You don't have to track or restrict, but you can eat in a way that still supports your goals. Okay? 1 plate, 1 treat rule. Fill your plate with what you love, but keep portions reasonable. Then choose 1 indulgence. Dessert, a cocktail, a side that you truly enjoy. Use backwards planning, forward thinking, and have a high protein first part of your day. A good one I like here is eating to where 80%. You do not have to clear your plate. Tune into how you feel. If you're satisfied, Stop. Move in a way that feels good. Okay. Forget the idea that you have to do structured workouts. I have an arm workout schedule. I have a leg workout scheduled. Movement should enhance your experience. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Sunrise, sunset walks, a simple 20-minute walk can really keep you feeling great without taking away from your trip. Bodyweight workouts or local gym visits, if you love training, treat it as an experience. I love going to gyms when I'm on vacation just to see the different ambiances, right? But that's because I love it. If it was something that was not something I love, then I wouldn't do that on vacation. Fun activities. There's a ton of fun activities that you can do. Swimming, hiking, exploring. Movement should feel natural. It should not feel forced. Have a get back into momentum plan. What you do after vacation is really just as important as what you do on vacation. Don't panic about the scale, first and foremost. Most of your post-vacation weight is going to be water from extra carbs, sodium, and travel stress, not actual fat. Hydrate, eat normally, and move. Get back into your usual meal. Drink plenty of water. Get steps in. Your body will balance itself out naturally. No drastic cutting or overtraining. You don't need a detox or extreme restriction. Just return to your normal habits. Follow the post-vacation calorie 15% deficit. And then after that, get right back to normal. Your body is going to reset. What most people do wrong post-vacation: panic, drastic cut, slash calories, do extra cardio, attempt to detox, avoid the scale in fear, thinking I don't even want to see the damage. They stay off track for too long, saying I'll start Monday, leading to more delay. And that is it, guys. I hope you found this to be super valuable. If you plan on using this strategy, please let me know in the comments. If you are looking for one-on-one coaching and you want guidance, this is the plan. But if you're looking for coaching around the plan, go to the link in my bio, fill the survey out. We're going to hop on the phone. We're going to hear where you're at currently, where you're trying to go, and how we can help you get there. I look forward to hearing from you. Peace.